Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome to a video that has been over a year in the making. This is our brand new Makerspace. So it's a very dreary, rainy day today. We are having literally like historic levels of flooding, and I thought, what better day to come to school and film some videos? I've even got my When It Rains, It Poes shirt on. So today we are here to talk about our brand new Makerspace. It is right behind me and we're gonna do an overall tour of it. I just wanted to introduce this video very quickly though and tell you that it will be two parts. This part will be the fun part and the second part will kind of be the behind the scenes and all the like information and statistics and how I planned it and stuff like that. But today's video will just be a tour of our Makerspace and what we have in it. Part 2 will be coming next week, and I thought I would show you like how I actually went about planning it in case you don't have a Makerspace and you want to plan one for your library. I was able to tour some libraries in Lexington, Kentucky, 3 of their public libraries, and they all 3 had like really cool Makerspaces that focused on different things. So I actually took some footage of it last year when I went and did that. So I will show you my tour that I took. Sorry, I got distracted because I saw a new book on the shelf over here that should be on the new shelf. So that'll be coming in the next episode. I will show you kind of like my thought process for it. And then I'll show you like what some other things I did to kind of gather data on like what to buy for the Makerspace. I'll show you the tours I took of the other Makerspaces, and I will show you and I will link my spreadsheet because it might be helpful to you that has every single item in my Makerspace, how much it cost, how much of the item you get, like how many, you know, just the inventory, the quantity, and then a link to where to purchase it, mostly from Amazon. So without further ado, we're gonna go mobile and I'm gonna take you into our new Makerspace. So here's what we did. We turned one of our little study rooms in the library. We have the little study rooms on the sides. We have 2 over there and 3 over here. And we turned one of them, the biggest one actually, into the Makerspace. So ignore the fact that there are chairs sitting out here. We're actually doing a Makerspace preview event for our teachers as soon as we come back from spring break. And normally we have this tall table that's right here. We usually have it sitting here by this window with these chairs with it. But I wanted to have these little snacks as a Makerspace preview type activity. We're calling it Make and Munch for teachers to be able to come in and grab a snack and preview the Makerspace to convince them to collaborate with me and maybe talk to me about like how we could actually use it in their classes. So normally these chairs are not, you know, not out here. But so here it is. We're going to put a big sign. I'm going to use the Cricut. That's the one thing that's not done yet. Pretty much everything else is done. But we're going to use the Cricut to cut out letters that say Makerspace. We're just trying to figure out like what font to use and stuff like that. But we have vinyl and stuff we can use, which I'm very excited about. So yeah, this is just the Makerspace preview. My TA actually went through and made it look all cute. So good for her. But this table was tough to even get in here because it's like massive and would not fit through this door. So we had to like turn it sideways. I can't remember how we got it in, or we took it off the base. I don't remember what we did, but it was a struggle. We cannot get it back out. Okay, so it's a pretty good sized room, as you can tell, but mostly it's gonna be like bring the things out here to actually use them in the library as whole classes need them or groups. If it's just a small group, we'll have the 4 chairs and the table in here, but if they need to be able to spread out, they can take it out there, which is why I wanted everything on wheels. I did hear that having everything very mobile was helpful. So I have different areas with little signs. I might try to get bigger signs later. That's the only other thing that's missing would be signs about like the rules, kind of the expectations, maybe a giant sign up here with the expectations, like a big banner that says, you know, clean up your mess and leave it how you found it and share and, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so we'll start in this area first. This is going to be the 3D printing area, as you can tell. This is our prized possession of the Makerspace. We'll just start with it, right? This is the Bamboo Labs 3D printer. This puppy is supposed to be $1,400, but there was a Black Friday sale, which is when I got it at the end, end of last semester, for $1,100. And then we paid extra to actually have the company that we purchased it from. We actually got it from a local company here in Lexington. They came and installed it for me and trained me on how to use it, which was actually very, very, very helpful. So far, we've only made one little boat. It was a little test run just to make sure it worked, and it did. It does hold 4 colors, and it comes with this spool case in here, which is awesome. This was the one that was recommended to me by the other school in my district they have an engineering program, and they have this exact printer. So they said, get this one. I will say do not order, well, at least I could not order from Bamboo Labs directly because they are an overseas company and they could not get me a W-9 tax form that I needed for my school. So I had to purchase it from a seller like here in the United States, not through Bamboo Labs specifically. Okay, it's hooked up to this computer right here. It got me a nice little computer that also is going to be for the Cricut that we'll talk about in a minute. Here is all the filament that I bought, and I've not opened it yet because I hear that moisture is kind of the biggest problem with this filament. So I've left it, you know, in these shrink wrapped packages. And I had a ton of these silica gel packets left over. You know, they're like massive industrial size ones from the move to the new school, because we put one of these in every box of books. And I thought, hey, especially once we open these, this will be really handy to keep the moisture out. So maybe try that if you have not done so before. Also, the humidity in here, I brought my little thermostat thingy that I have from home, and my humidity in here is only like 36%. So I feel like it's not going to be too much of a humidity problem. This is going to be for storing the rolls of vinyl for the Cricut. So it's on wheels. This is a filament dryer. I've not taken it out of the box yet, but I hear that this is really helpful for getting the moisture out of the filament. And then these are just drawers of storing things for the 3D stuff. So these are the 3D pins. Right now we only have 3, but I mean, I'll get more if I need more, I'm assuming. And just the random filament for the 3D pins, which I feel like is going to be kind of expensive. Like the 3D filament for the printer doesn't seem that much, because like we made a little boat that was maybe this big and it cost 27 cents to make it, is what we calculated. So that's pretty good. We could even maybe sell some of the stuff that we make. Oh, I did put the button making supplies in here, which I'll show you the button maker in a minute, just because there wasn't really much else, other places to put them. What in the world? I don't know why this is over here. That should be in the trash to treasure area. I'll let my TAs organize some of this, so we'll see if it's organized well. Okay, moving on. We have the stickers and t-shirt making area. Oh, and by the way, these signs are all from Dolly, which is like part of ChatGPT. I think it's only on the paid, like my husband and I have the paid version of ChatGPT, so I'm not sure if you can get it like for free, but I just had it make these signs for me and it made them in like 2 seconds. It was amazing, because that way I didn't have to spend time making it on Canva. Anyway, we have a Cricut, so if kids want to cut out letters for anything, but they can also make stickers. I have the sticker making paper right now. I just kind of stored it all under there, and like the heat transfer vinyl in different colors, so that if they so choose, they can make something with this heat press, and this is like the mat that goes with it. So they do have to provide their own t-shirts. Like they gave us this bag, like you could bring a bag and, you know, put something on it, or shoes, or really basically anything. So I think that'll be pretty popular from what I hear from other schools. And then we bought a button maker. I did not get the good one, sadly, because it was really, really expensive. Everybody told me to use American button machines, but it was too expensive, and my school district wanted me to get the cheaper option. So this one's from Amazon. Don't think it's going to be as good, but you know, it is what it is. I got the 1-inch size, but I think I'll get another one that's a little bit bigger as well. I got these because these cut out the circles for me for the buttons. I've kind of found some templates online of ones to use. This one's 1.5, so maybe I'll get a 1.5-inch button maker as well. I tried to use ChatGPT to give me directions, but they're not very user-friendly, and I need pictures. So these are the directions that came with it, but I don't think it was written in English, because it says things like, where is it? Right here. After pressing, comma, no space, capital P, push the slide rail to the right, comma, is complete. I don't think that person originally spoke English. Anyway, I'm going to try to get some more kind of user-friendly directions for pretty much all of these to maybe post them up here, but I'll probably have to help students with a lot of this, is what I'm thinking. Okay, the next area is the arts and crafts area, which I'd say is probably our biggest area for sure, because I have, you know, random paper, scrapbooking paper, like cardstock, stuff like that, like different designs on it, that kind of thing. I kind of just found all this at the old school and just stuck it in here. And then I got polymer clay because all these librarians were telling me how popular that these are. And ironically, so you do have to bake it. Oh yeah, I put little signs. Isn't that cute? I had a label maker and I made little labels for where everything's supposed to go, so it goes back in the right spot. But I had an extra toaster oven at home. So I brought it because we recently bought a, what's it called? Air fryer, but it does everything. It even has a toaster oven in it. So I got rid of my old toaster oven and brought it and put it in our little kitchen work area so the kids can bake their clay. And I think it only takes about 15 minutes or so to bake it, but they could always like come back and get their project later if they wanted to. And I bought a calligraphy book, like how to do calligraphy, and then some calligraphy pens. If they're popular, I could even buy another set, because obviously that's something that's cheap. That's what a lot of librarians told me, like buy the cheap craftsy stuff, because that's what like kids really like. You know, crayons. Oh yeah, paint sticks. I bought a bunch of sets of these, like, well, I guess eight sets of these. I think there's like 8 in each one, 12, I don't even know, 10? Yeah, 10 different colors in each one of these paint sticks, so it's not as messy as actual paint. So that could be really useful potentially. And then I also have a little sign about, like, if you want to sew, I have 4 sewing machines, but kids already have to know how to use them because I do not. Maybe I'll even wind up having like a sewing club. I know some teachers who in the past have volunteered to even host something like a sewing club, which would be cool. I also have a sign about needing to record a podcast because there's not room to really set up the podcast equipment in this room, but I do have 4 Rode mics and a big like receiver thingy to attach them to. So we could hook it to this computer and students could sit here and record their podcast on maybe like Soundtrap or something like that, where they can actually go back and edit it on a different computer later. That's kind of my plan for that. And then the rest of the arts and crafts stuff is actually over here in this, you know, on wheels storage thing, which like I said is very helpful. We have color pencils, although I see here's some color pencils over here. That should be over here with these, right? All the color pencils together. Some markers. Everybody recommended this kind of marker because these are like super fancy. Here you go. These kind, like, I don't know, they're like some sort of alcohol art. I don't know. Oh, there's fine point on one side and broad point on the other. There we go. And there's like a ton of them. Okay, scissors, you know, lots of scissors, just random, you know, little supplies. And then I tried to label all of these drawers. So crocheting and knitting, just little things here, like crochet hooks, knitting hooks, that sort of stuff. Yarn, which I can get more of because I don't know if this is going to be enough, but it's a, you know, a good little start. Scissors of different shapes that like cut out really cool, you know, zigzag wavy lines and stuff. Oh, more yarn. Well, that's good. Maybe people will donate some yarn too, potentially. Rubber bands. I think these are for maybe when you repair books and you glue them back together, and like this holds the book together while it dries overnight to like glue it. I think. I'm not really sure. Maybe let me know if you think that's what those are. I'm not really sure. Then we have Sharpies, just random. And then origami paper, and I put some how-to video. This is a good playlist on YouTube for origami. If a student wants to try it, I have all different types of origami paper in there. Stamps, just random. All kinds of random little stamps. I think I bought a bunch of new ones as well, and a bunch of little ink pads. I don't know, feels like stamps, right? I feel like that was something everybody requested. Chalk, because I randomly found it. Pens, because why not? Glue. What's this? Stencils? Oh, yeah. Some stencils. These were my mom's when she was a teacher in elementary. Like, she was an elementary teacher years and years and years ago. And they still lasted, and they're still really good. So, there we go. And then these little stencils as well. And what's this? Tape. Hot glue guns, kind of a large set of them here. I don't remember how many, but decent number. We did take inventory of everything in here. I just don't have it pulled up right now. Oh, and bracelet making. Apparently bracelet making, you know, is just so popular right now. So got the bracelet making stuff. And a loom. Because apparently that's a thing that kids might know how to use. So that's it for the arts and crafts type stuff. And then over here, I had to store the robotic stuff under the table because that's the only place we had room. So this is our little robotics area. These are like the Lego robotics kits, and like there's expansion sets to go with them as well. So we have, and I think they're all numbered too, so I can kind of write down like what kids have borrowed and stuff like that. But we found these at our old school in a closet. Our tech guy found these and was like, "Hey, do you want them?" I was like, "Sure." They're not being used. And then I bought 2 of these little microbit starter kits. I don't really know much of what it does, but I'm sure kids will figure it out. I have 2 of those, and somewhere I think I won this or something, a Spark Sphero thingy. I think these are normally pretty expensive. I think you like program it and it, you know, does stuff. So, 60-minute battery life. I don't think it's ever been taken out of the box though, so I hope it does work. I think it's a little older now because like I said, I think I won it at some sort of, I don't know, conference I went to or something. So that's really all we have right now for the robotic stuff. But if it's popular, I could always get more. And then finally, maybe my favorite area is trash to treasure, because this is all the random stuff. And I highly recommend asking for donations. So if your teachers are cleaning out stuff on their summer break or Christmas break or something, you could ask them to bring you random stuff that they find in their house. And that's mostly what this is. Just random stuff, you know, stuff that you could use to make things out of. Here's some Christmassy ribbon, you know, or whatever, bows. I did buy this. I didn't buy much of this. Most of this is like, you know, donated, but this was recommended to me by a librarian at the Fayette County Public Library in Lexington Public Library. And this looks pretty cool. Recycled paper beads. So there we go. Just, you know, toothpicks, pipe cleaners. I don't even know what's in these boxes. Just like random, very random. Oh, I bought these little make do kits. It's hard to see them. But they're called make do, I think is what they're called. But they're like cutting tools for cardboard, because we have a ton of cardboard after the move to the new school. We saved a ton of the boxes because we thought it'd be good for like projects and stuff. So we do have a ton of cardboard. Like look, little cute little birds. I mean, you just never know. Looks like there's some more markers back there. Oh, some mason jars. And these are mostly just leftover storage containers down here that we might use for something, but at least I have them if I need them. So that is our makerspace. I think if you want to know the total, I'm pretty sure there's, I don't know, at least $4,500 worth of stuff in here. I think that was kind of my original goal for the budget. I wasn't really given a budget. Like, I was very, very lucky. Central office paid for this because it was the move to the new school and we were going to get a new makerspace room. So it was kind of a one-time thing, right? Where they were going to pay for it just to start me up, because I could never have done this if I'd had to, you know, if I bought like little pieces of this at a time, year to year, it would take me a long time, let's just say, to get all this together. So thank you guys so much for watching and coming along on my makerspace journey. Stay tuned for next week to see all the behind the scenes stuff, where I will show you, like I said, how I kind of planned all this stuff. I gave out like surveys, put out giant papers in the hallway for the kids could write on. You'll just see it all next week in tours of the Lexington Makerspace, and that spreadsheet that has a list of everything and what I bought and how much it cost and the links and all that. So stay tuned for next week, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any ideas for any of this stuff, and I will talk to you guys again later. Bye.